Start with the official forum. Let's see what I haven't read here. To the bottom. Monsters' field of vision. Oh, this will be riveting. I have a question about monster visibility. Whenever I try to ambush a monster, I always end up getting spotted. And because I'm an adept rogue, I rarely get invited to parties. Aww, that's sad. You can come and join mine. It'll only get worse if they find out that I can't even ambush a monster. I'm not even that good at action games or real-time stuff in the first place, so I'm really in a fix. Don't worry, I know what you mean. Could someone please tell me how to ambush right? Any help would do. Thank you. For most monsters, their blind spot is behind their backs. If you just approach them from behind, it won't matter if you're walking or running, they won't spot you. Okay, and he says, but even when I approach monsters from behind, there are still times when I get a exclamation point above their heads. I really don't get it, and before I know it, I'm in a battle. Am I the only one that has this problem? About the exclamation point. Yep, I know just what you're talking about. I think that happens because some monsters have turned around or something and spotted you. So don't worry about it. Everyone makes mistakes, especially when they're just starting out. Applestar summed up the theory quite well, but if you're not naturally good at action games, it can be really hard to know what to do. So at those times, it's best to learn firsthand. Make an area where there's no way you can die, like level 1 or something, and start monster watching. That's actually a very good tip. While you're watching the monsters, you should notice that their behavior follows certain rules and patterns. Things like they walk for a bit, stop, look in different directions, etc. Actually, it's not even that complicated. Most of the time they just walk in a circle or stand still. Once you've got their movements down, it's time to start practicing your approach. Run up to them quickly when they're facing away from you. If you keep practicing this, it'll become like second nature in no time. Good luck. Another reason why that happens is maybe you didn't know that the field of vision differs with each monster. That might also be part of your problem. Applestar, you helped me see the light. When the exclamation mark shows up, I always panic and lose track of what's happening. It's a relief to finally understand why that happened. ROTFL. Renji, oh yeah, you're right. That's a great way to keep me from panicking when I'm learning. Thanks for the support, I'll do my best. Bartles. Each monster has a different field of vision? Man, I didn't know that. Well then, let me explain. Every monster has a different range of vision depending on how they look. You can broadly divide the monsters into groups of regular, birds, beasts, and large things. Large things! Here's a summary of their different field of view. Radius/range. Regular, narrow/short. Birds, wide/far. Oh my god, birds are so hard to sneak up on. I hate them. Beasts, very narrow/far. Large monsters, wide/far. Radius refers to the fan-shaped area in front of the monsters that represents their field of view, and range refers to how far that area extends forward. The wider the radius and the farther the range means that you just have to be more careful sneaking up to them. Since this has gotten kind of long, I'll go into more detail on the different types in separate posts. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. First we got regular types. Regular monsters don't have a wide radius and they can't see very far. When sneaking up on them, just run up from behind. If you have to sneak up on them from the side, well, just be careful. The most common regular is the goblin. After that, it's lizards and bezels. Next we have bird monsters. Bird monsters are always flying around, which means they have a wide radius when looking down. That's why you have to sneak up on birds from directly behind them, which is much harder than it sounds. If you try to sneak up on them from the side, you'll be spotted easily. These guys make it really hard to score an ambush. They're easily the most frustrating monster around. Yes, I agree. The most common bird monster is the Ravenclaw. After that, it's Fever Horse and Scavenger. I'm pretty sure Fever Horse is not a bird monster, but okay. Next up are beast monsters. Beast monsters have a very narrow radius, but they can see pretty far ahead as long as it's directly in front of them. In other words, as long as you don't approach them from the front, there's practically no danger of being spotted by them. You can approach them right from the side and they'll never notice you. And if you sneak up on them from behind, they won't spot you even if they turn around. Yep, this is very, very true of the crab kinds. The most common beast monsters are fangs. After that are probably kettles and carries. Lastly, large monsters. Like bird monsters, large monsters also look down from above and search for players. Their field of view is roughly the same as bird monsters, though there are some large monsters who have less range than bird monsters. But unlike bird monsters, large monsters are slow. Really slow. If you're fast enough, you can even successfully run away even after they've spotted you. The way to approach them is basically the same as bird monsters, but you can probably approach large monsters as aggressively as you want. The most common large monster is the steam shell. After that are the crumple tree and the hecaton foot. That was really informative. Thanks a ton for summing that all up for me, though I don't know if I can keep track of all this info. Don't worry, you'll learn these things, or you'll learn these naturally the more you play. That's how it worked for me. Before I knew it, I realized I already knew a lot about these, lol. Rather than getting caught up in the text of all this information, just go out there and have fun. Okay, considering how boring that was to read, let's see. Let's see if I can guess which ones will have words. Probably actually not on this board. Let's try the world board over here. This one. Let's see. The world. We'll start from the bottom. IMSR1, not interesting. Epitaph, Plot Twilight. Actually, we should probably read that. I heard a weird thing from a friend of mine. Is it really true that the world was created based on the epic poem Epitaph of Twilight? Also, if this is true, what is that on the official page? Does anyone know anything about this? I believe this is true. CC Corp won't officially admit it, though. Something on the official page. Well, that's the Epitaph of Twilight, right? I heard that the Epitaph of Twilight was a fantasy-style story about a search for a dragon. But the main background story for the world is just about a bunch of guys fighting each other. I don't think that can be right. The previous version, the world R1, was most definitely based around the poem Epitaph of Twilight. It's said that the words written on the altar of Hulgrans are proof of that. With regards to the world R2, the two event planners structured the game from scratch while incorporating the atmosphere of the world R1 as much as possible. Excuse me, but could you tell me your source on the structuring of the world, blah blah blah. CC Corp's E-Zine. So this is how I think it is. Fragment. Based on the Epitaph of Twilight. The world R1. Based on the Epitaph of Twilight. The world R2. CC Corp's original scenario. Partially based on the previous game. That E-Zine has insider info from the designers? I figured it would be just mindless advertising. Damn, I underestimated them. Did you need to be a gold member of the CC Corp official fan club to be able to receive the E-Zine? Exactly, but you need to have $30 cash in your cyber wallet, so think carefully before you register. Oh, great. Wasn't there a guild that was collecting the Epitaph of Twilight and the Twilight Keys? I wonder if that guild is still active. I don't hear anything about them anymore. This is starting to look more and more like a bad rumor board. Something about the guild. That was the Twilight Brigade. Now that you mention it, I haven't heard anything about them lately either. They used to be so active too. I wonder what happened. Maybe they broke up? More like Shino fell in a coma, Ovon ran away, and Haseo was very confused. The guild itself is no longer around. It seems they just fell apart when their leader disappeared. But I heard the leader recently returned to the world. I guess the former members of that guild are starting to get active again too. I mistakenly used a rare separated edge nickel coin I bought at an auction to buy a rice ball. Good evening. This is Ohm Rice. Wow, really? This is about the leader returning. I wonder if the rumor board is going to get busy again. If it gets to be what it used to be like, I'll be posting there too. Bring on the Twilight Brigade. Sorry for the noob-like question, but what exactly is that Epitaph of Twilight and Twilight Key business? Well, please forgive my presumptuousness, but let me try to explain. Epitaph of Twilight. This is a epic poem that was posted on the internet for free. People say that the world of R1 is based on it, but CC Corporation denies it. The person who wrote the poem is dead now, and you can no longer see the website where it was originally posted. The poem itself has been scattered as well. I find that hard to believe. Twilight Key. This is a legendary item that is said to grant the wishes of whoever is lucky enough to find it. Lots of players have been looking for it ever since the days of Fragment. Despite the fact that an extremely large number of people are looking for it, there are no reports of anyone having seen it. Lately, most people have started to think that it might just be another urban legend since the information is so vague. I hope that the above explanation has been useful. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going. Why do you have to end a post with that? Nobody cares what you're doing. So the Twilight Brigade is a guild that is dedicated to finding something that doesn't exist? That sounds kind of romantic. Okay. Existence of PK system, thank you. Oh, it's Sakubo. Oh dear. To the nice guy at the shop. Thanks for the Dusty Miller. Saku was grateful. She may have looked angry, but actually I know she was really happy. Since Saku is happy, I'm happy too. I have to thank you for it, so thanks. Will I be able to meet you again if I go to the guild shop? I'll be coming to return the money, so please wait for me. I'm sorry if it takes so long to collect the money, but I really want to pay you back. Please don't worry about it. Well, that's it for right now. From Bo. P.S. Let's play together sometime. Oh, Bo. This is so cute. Alright, red mark. What is red mark about? It's been a long time since I've been to the cathedral. Whenever I go there, no one is there. I heard it's perfect for thinking. Anyway, my ramblings don't matter now. I do have a question though. There's a weird mark on the cathedral's altar. How long has that been there? And what does the mark mean anyway? Does anybody know? That's where Shino was PK'd. Ho. Now that you mention it, there is a mark, isn't there? I thought maybe it had something to do with getting ready for a quest or event. Am I wrong? The mark just showed up one day. I don't know when. Something about the quest and event. Normally I would agree, but I can't imagine how that could be used. I think I got it. When you investigate it, a monster comes out and you have to fight it. Wrong? Isn't it impossible to fight a monster there? It's really small and there's no room for a battle area. Maybe if it transported you somewhere else. Whoa! I think you're onto something, Renji. Yeah, that must be it. Too easy. Something about how long has the mark been there? According to the rumors, it's called Sign or something. The details are unclear. Asking CC Corporation pretty useless if you ask me. Those guys are notorious about secrets. Alright. HeartN. Oh jeez. I love him too much, so I wrote about him. Please read it. Oh god, oh god. Here we go. This is gonna be great. Long hair cuts across my field of vision. Meow, a sweet cat's voice. It's Endrance. I can tell that my hands were getting sweaty from clutching the controller. I am angry at myself for making a character that walks so slow. Small as I am, I chase after Endrance, jumping and skipping, but he doesn't stop, and pretty soon his silver whoa, I don't even know how to pronounce that, epaulets and white cat have gone out of my sight. Endrance! I called after him, but his blue-capped head doesn't turn around and he disappears into the arena center. The cheers of the crowd rush over me as I stand there. When I look up, I see Endrance on a huge screen of the arena center. His garnet-colored eyes coolly look down on his surroundings. The eyes that glare down at the crowd are the eyes of a champion. Butterflies flutter in my stomach once again. His opponents are filled with excitement. Endrance glares at them coolly. Finally, after a time, a faint smile touches his lips. You have no chance, you know. I just stare without breathing, up at Endrance on the monitor. The announcer's voice sounds strangely warped. Signaling the start of the match, the screen is covered in effects. Go get him, Endrance! Even though I know he can't hear me, I shout as loud as I can, but it's lost in the darkness of Lumina Cloth. Wow, this is getting so long. I'm embarrassed just writing this, as well you should be. Thank you for reading up to this point. Whoa, that was some pretty hot writing. Endrance is just way too cool. Thanks for sharing that with us. Thanks, period S. Yeah, thanks. Something about that smile touching his lips. I love that part. I can really feel your love for Endrance. I got kind of hot and sweaty myself. My god, you people are crazy. End skill. Sure, let's read that. Endrance has this skill he always uses at the end, right? How do you get that skill anyway? If anyone knows, please tell me. Thanks in advance. Well, I know it's not a reward from a quest. It's not from a treasure chest. It's not an area result reward either. It's not even dropped by a monster. Maybe it's a special skill for the Emperor? Is that skill some kind of spell? Is it an art? Something about the special skill for the Emperor. He had that skill even before he became Emperor. It doesn't look like he uses a weapon. Isn't it a spell? And about him having it before he became the Emperor. That's true. That's how he got to where he is. Yeah, maybe that skill was a hack. I don't think so. Think about how openly he uses it. If it was a cheat, CC Corp would never let him get away with it. It's possible that they decided to overlook it. With CC Corp, you never know. ... Wow, if that were true, it's not even funny. No, it's really not. Alright, let's see. Bug? What's this about bug? I just met some weird monster. No matter how much I hit it, its HP won't go down and no status effect works either. I couldn't even run away when I used smokescreen. Nothing worked, so I turned off the power to the computer and did a forced logout. Has anyone else ever fought a monster like this? Was it a new bug or an event monster? Should I try to contact CC Corporation? About the forced logout. That's a pretty wild move you performed there. You didn't ruin your player data? Is it a new bug? I've never heard of an event like that. I think it must be a bug. About the monster, what did it look like anyway? Please describe it to us. About the player data, thanks for worrying. No, it was okay. And the monster, it looked like a normal holy eater, but now that you mention it, the effects were kind of off. There were black spots all around the monster, and the screen was kind of fuzzy. Hey, Renji, you're always working hard at leveling up. Nice going. Sorry to hear about the bug, winky, frowny face. Sounds rough. By the way, where did you meet this bugged monster anyway? Tell us the details. Black spots, huh? Oh, haha, it's an Ida-infected monster. Ooh. Good thing this kid turned off his computer. Renji, but I would like to hear all the details. Is there somewhere we can meet and talk? This may be important. To Nuada, Guildmaster, forgive me for not showing up lately, frowny face. I forgot the area word. Please forgive me. Oshino 8Cs, I'm currently building up my third character. Do you mind talking while I build up my character? Isn't that kind of rude, Renji? You should at least look at him while you talk. To Oshino 8Cs, I'd like to hear what Renji has to say too. I'll let you use my guild hall to talk in. I'll give you the key, so meet me at Makanu, okay? If it's alright with Renji, it's alright with me. Nuada, you run a guild? That's the first I've heard of that. Oshino 8Cs, about the first I've heard of that. Yeah, I've never mentioned it before. The guild's name is Imperio. Smiley face. By the way, Encephalon is in it too. Renji, Oshino 8Cs says it's okay. Is it okay with you? That will be just fine, Guildmaster. Renji, I'll be waiting at the Imperial Guild Hall. If you run away, I'll smash you up. Smiley face. Oshino 8Cs, see you at Makanu. Smash up, cough. That's a pretty extreme power imbalance. Okay, I'll see you at Makanu. An Ida-infested monster, oh no!